Let's talk about something that gets misunderstood all the time. You've probably heard labels like emotionally immature, overreactive, or avoidant, and a lot of the time, those words get attached to people who've experienced trauma. But here's the part that often gets missed. Trauma doesn't make someone immature. It interrupts emotional development, and that difference actually matters. So today, I want to walk you through how trauma affects emotional growth, why certain reactions make sense once you understand the nervous system, and what healing really does, because it's not what most people think. Trauma is about survival, not maturity. When something traumatic happens, especially if it's ongoing or happens early in life, the brain has to shift priorities. Instead of learning things like how to regulate emotions or how to repair after conflict or how to stay present when things feel uncomfortable, the nervous system focuses on one thing: how do I survive this? That's where fight, flight, freeze, and fawn come in. Development doesn't disappear, it just pauses. So later in life, emotional reactions might look younger than someone's actual age. Not because they're childish, but because those skills were never learned in a but because those skills were never learned in a place that felt safe. You might ask yourself why emotions sometimes feel too big or you completely shut down. Trauma teaches the body that emotions aren't safe, so emotions tend to show up in one of two ways. Either too much, which can look like overwhelm, reactivity, panic, sudden anger, or too little, which includes numbness, avoidance, emotional distance. When people don't feel safe, the brain faults. When emotions don't feel safe, the brain defaults to fast protective responses. This can look like defensiveness, shutting down, blaming, people pleasing. From the outside, this often gets labeled as immaturity. From the inside, it's a nervous system saying, something doesn't feel safe right now. I need to protect myself. Listen here, this is something really important. Emotional maturity isn't automatic, it's learned. It's learned when your feelings are acknowledged, when you get help naming what you're experiencing, or you're shown how to calm down and recover utilizing tools that work for you. Unfortunately, trauma often happens in environments where none of that was available to us when we were younger. So fast forward, a lot of adults were walking around without ever having learned how to tolerate discomfort, how to regulate during conflict, and how to repair after a rupture. That's not refusal to learn, it's just a missing skill set. What healing actually does when trauma is processed and the nervous system begins to stabilize, something more powerful happens. Emotional development resumes. People often notice that they're less reactive, they have more ability to feel without becoming overwhelmed, they have the ability to pause instead of react, they have deeper self reflection, and often more empathy, especially for themselves. That's why people sometimes say they matured so much after healing. They didn't suddenly grow up, they finally had the safety they needed to grow. So, if this resonated for you or for someone you love, here's the reframe I want you to hold on to. What looks like emotional immaturity after trauma is often a nervous system stuck in protection, not a person stuck in dysfunction. And protection can soften. Skills can be learned and growth can continue. And if this helped you, you're not alone. And you don't need to be fixed to deserve support. If you want more trauma-informed education like this one, you can subscribe or click the link below for free resources. No pressure, just support.